Hello everyone, how are we doing? Good evening, good evening. I hope you're all doing well. You know, the first thing I've got to ask, can you hear me? I think you can. Everything looks like it's working as it should. So that's a good thing. How are we? Happy Wednesday. Hope everything's going well. I'm going to start by cleaning equipment just to prove a point. Just to prove a point. I do it when I feel like it, not because I'm forced into it by Argsy. Hope everyone's having a good week. We are back on this epic map. I find myself, I'm holding back. I want to just play this. I'm actually considering doing a second save and just playing this map. I'm just loving it. Loving everything about it. It's brilliant. So, what we're going to do tonight, we've got a few things on. Argsy would be proud of you, would Randy? He would. He would indeed. Hang on a second. Sorry, I've got a little window here hiding things. So, there we go. So, we do have more grass to do. Bunker's getting fuller though. It's looking good. We've got 3 more fields over here, but I think we'll save those till the end because we have done a lot of grass work the last couple of weeks, so I don't want to get you bored. It's Thursday in New Zealand already, Travis. You're from the future. Lucky Shamrock, nice to see you. Welsh Sim, nice to see you, buddy. Travis, Deebs, Old Cranky, Callum, Jan, and I think that's everybody so far. Oh, Ham, I saw Ham and Eggs was here at the start, so good to see you all. Anyway, yes, we have got a few things. Of course, it goes straight into a save, doesn't it? Let's just wait for this to shift. Hey, Mrs. Prof, Dutch, good to see you all. Thank you for joining. So, there's our fields that we have mowed already. 40, 39, 38, 37. The 3 that we still need to do are 35, 34, and 36 on this side of the farm. We've of course owned field 12 as well, which has actually got wheat in it, which is ready to harvest. So I think that might be what we do tonight to start with. We've also got to spray these fields as well. So I've set up a sprayer to do that. But the interesting thing is they've got 1 layer of fertilizer on. They don't need any lime, which is good. Those 3 do over there. I'll worry about that another day. They don't need rolling, which is good. Now, I haven't mulched them, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. I don't have a mulcher, so I'm not gonna bother doing that. So 1 more coat of fertilizer on those will boost them back up for the next round of grass, which is good. We've also got a cultivator, so if we get that field harvested quickly, I think we'll maybe cultivate it as well. The challenge, well, not the challenge. The problem we've got with that cornfield, we'll just probably flog it straight away or go straight to a production. I don't know if there's a production on this map. No, I mean, okay. Yeah, there's nothing to do. We'll literally just sell the grain off that. We don't need it for anything. We are a very much silage for the BGA type of production point at the moment. We've got cows, but they don't need straw. I would rather have them slurry than manure, so we're not going to get one of. So that's what I think the plan is. So first things first, let's get in this bad boy. I know, that's why I'm putting it off, Strody. In fact, probably just ignoring it. I might just ignore it. But let's get these sprayed. This shouldn't take long at all, and then we can dive into the combine even, and take things from there. I'm getting a little bit of a micro stutter as well. I don't know if it's... I've been playing around with my graphics again, trying to get that optimal good view, but without the pain of horrible textures. So yeah, we'll just have to kind of see how we get on a little bit. But what we'll do, we'll get this in the corner. We do have the old VCA on, so that'll help us see it. I just think I've made my graphics worse now. I think there's more glitchiness than there was before. But it's all good. I do have a rally to complete, Jan. I'm avoiding it. It is a nightmare. I am using realistic weather. It was updated again today, Strody. Did you know that? They put an extra little update on it, so it might be that. I might have to switch that off. at some point. But let's just get on with the job in hand for now. Hey John, nice to see you. Right, let's just get into this, shall we? There we go. Look at that. What a beautiful thing. Look at the speed we're going as well. Loving this. Now, will I get all 3 fields out of one tank? Because one of the problems is I've put down a fertilizer fill point in the barn, but it doesn't seem to register with this. So I don't know what I'll do. I might have to just cheat it in with a little bit of toggling of on the I can't speak. You know what I mean. That, whatever that's called. Doesn't work with store delivery. Oh, okay, I'm running the 2 together. That's interesting. I'll keep an eye on that. Now I've just got to work out where I've been with this. That's something they could introduce into the map down at the bottom. Well, I know they do with precision, but even in the base game it would be quite nice. Use power tools. Yes, that is exactly what I'll do, Cranky. Good shout. Right, thank you again all for joining. It is appreciated, as always is. You take your time out of your Wednesdays and your whenever to watch vids and stuff like that. So it is much appreciated. I also want to say a big thank you to the guys at Beam Eye Tracker as well, who are sponsoring tonight's episode. Very kind of them, and that is because they have got 20% off in the spring sale at the moment. So if you haven't picked up Beam Eye Tracker yet and you quite fancy it, now would be a good time to do it. So I'm going to run a very quick advert just so you've seen it, and then we'll get back to spraying. You're not going to miss much while I'm away, trust me. Alright, back in a sec. Ever wished your gaming experience could be more immersive without splurging on expensive hardware? Well, meet Beam Eye Tracker. This innovative software transforms your existing webcam or smartphone into a powerful eye and head tracking device. With support for over 200 PC games, including favourites like Farming Simulator 25 and Flight Simulator, Beam Eye Tracker expands your in-game field of view, making gameplay more intuitive and engaging. It's easy to set up, budget-friendly, and compatible with most webcams and smartphones. Plus, there's a free demo available on Steam, so you can try it before you buy. Elevate your gaming setup today for just $30 with Beam Eye Tracker. For more information and to download, visit the link in the description. See? Told you it'd be quick. You're just coming back in time for me to clatter into a tree. There you go. Told you wouldn't miss anything till I came back. I was basically trying to avoid VCA having to be reset every time I went down an edge, so I was trying to overlap a little bit here, but I'll just drive it, I think, and then we'll get to the top and deal with it from there. Evening Viking, the farm is coming along nice. I was just saying at the start that I just want to play this all the time, and because I'm kind of holding fire for the streams and things like that, I'm genuinely toying with the idea of downloading or duplicating the save, so I'm playing it offline as well. Because it's such a good map. It is such a good map, and I was delighted to see so many people have downloaded it and given it a go based on my stream, which is great, because I think the problem is you become quite habitual with your maps, don't you? I am totally guilty of that. It's like, well, FS25 I played a lot more British maps, but in 19 I was a lot more American maps, and then you're just like, give me British maps or American maps. Actually, there's a world of other brilliant maps out there, so it's genuinely really good. I wish I could play with it on the stream. The problem is I'm too busy looking at the chat over here, so you'd get a lot of darting about. I've used it in a couple of videos and it's worked really well. But yeah, it's a shame I can't use it on stream. I almost need an overlay, a chat overlay, so I could make the most of it. But yeah, it is it's a clever tool for what it is and the price it is. It's fantastic. It is fantastic. Right, let us Get lined up here. We should get another row now. Nice to see a lot of interest in VCA as well. After my vid on Sunday, that was good. The Lizard F250 came out today. It did. Auntie, this is Schwesing Bahnhof. And it's in the mod hub. And it's a very, very good map. It is a very good map. I've spent my whole day hunched over my laptop, so my shoulders are aching. This is actually quite nice. Sitting in this tractor seat is the comfiest I've been all day. So, yeah. Good evening, Eric. Vax. The closest us PC players are going to get to the Oaks or the Vintage Oaks. It has got a familiar seal. I agree. I agree. Totally agree with that. You play Bally Spring on FS25. Is there any plans for an Irish map on console? I'm sure somebody somewhere will be getting organised. I do know... I'm not sure if they're going to bring back Bally Spring, but I do think the Air Agri guys are certainly planning on a map of sorts. Pleased to see a big chunk of mods coming out over the last couple of days as well. I'm sure you lot are as well. I know there's a kind of collective of modders who kind of put out a statement saying they're not particularly happy with the way that Giants have been handling it, which I think was valid. Just a big black hole of nothingness, I think frustrated them, which is fair. Not sure if that's had an impact or it's just coincidence, but that's good to see some more stuff coming out. That's awesome. Do it, Strody. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. Alina, what games do I play? Other than FarmSim, I am big into my sim racing. So I love loving WRC Rally at the moment. Bit of iRacing. I wish I had time for more, to be honest. Wish I had time for a bit more. I played the new Roadcraft game the other day, the demo of that. Quite enjoyed that. Even Args and I said we'd consider doing a live stream or a kind of multiplayer on that or something when it comes out. Because it is very good. Let's get lined up here. I didn't mean to go into cab there, but I obviously pressed something that wanted me to go into cab. Viking, you've spent the whole day seeding 3 fields, driving a Fendt 1050 and a Horsch 9-metre Pronto DC. I can think of worse tractors to spend the day in. I can think of worse tractors to spend the day in. Wolfie, Giants need to appreciate modders. They make the game last a lot longer. I think they do appreciate them. I just don't think they're very good at communicating it. I think they understand the value of the modders and how they prolong the life of the game. But yes, I think their communication skills maybe don't get that across sometimes. And they could do more for them. I agree, they could do more for them. Even in terms, I think one of the things they've been asking for is like better documentation for how to do stuff, and you know, the changes from game to game that allow them to do new and cool stuff. But they're just like, yeah, work it out for yourself. John, 236 hours on a FarmSim tractor. Should I trade in or find another hobby? Neither, John. Those are rookie numbers. She's probably not here yet. Bondman Hansen, who's in Argsy's, it's kind of predominantly on Argsy's side of the fence. He had over 10,000 hours in FS22. Granted, that's all he does, because he's retired and happy. But yes, big numbers. Even in BJ, how you doing, mate? Fenton John Deere. I like a John Deere, I'm not going to lie to you. I know people are slightly on one side of the fence or the other, but you can't argue they're good tractors. First field done, 50% less, so we might have to fill up. 4,500 hours from Strody, there you go. Nice. 8RX is a classic tractor. I'm kind of looking forward to hopefully, the new 9RX coming in this next DLC. What is it, the Plains and Prairies? DLC, I think that could be an interesting one, couldn't it? Somebody asked just before, how did I get the tram lines? Jack Fuller. This has stubble destruction on the map. It's been built into the map by the map maker. It's quite cool. I like it. It looks good. Wonder if that DLC will include the big. But it could possibly. It's absolutely massive American tractors or equipment, isn't it? Wonder if it's got some of the big air carts and seeders in it as well. Alright, there we go. 43% left. Are we going to get through these next two fields? I'd like to think we are, just because they are a little bit smaller than this one. It would be great if we don't have to refill everything. Look at that, we're going to do this one in 2 passes. Yeah, Borgo definitely, I think, would be a good shout. Like I said, hopefully the new John Deere. See, sometimes it just does that, I don't know why. I need that reset button as well, I missed that. You know what remembers your, when you come out the cab? It remembers your camera position from last time. I missed that. Now you're going to tell me it is in the game somewhere, but... I have a clash, actually, with camera... I meant to turn it off. I have camera collisions as a mod, but now it's in the additional settings as well, and I think I've got them both kind of battling against each other a little bit. Viking streaming, do you know any chance why your Logitech G93 uses force feedback all the time? Yes! The same reason my Thrustmaster loses it as well. FS. Just, for whatever reason, doesn't work very well. I just got the new Ford Supercharger. I did see that came out today. I saw DJ's vid on it. Yeah. Nice truck for all platforms. The Fisher J, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. That setting is in the game. Is it? I need to find it then. It is very annoying, Viking. I know exactly what you mean. Evening, Oz. Nice to see you, mate. Correct, you make a very good point, mate. Yes. You make a good point. I don't know why that is as well. I'm not sure the rationale for why. When it is a benefit to them as a publisher. It's a strange one, isn't it? Right, let's get lined up here. Whee! There we go. Your car is back from the body shop because it was getting a respray, or did you bang it? I'm sure there's probably an unofficial big bud that's been converted over from 22 by now, yeah. Yeah. I think we might do this, folks. Oh, it's going to be tight though, isn't it? 28% left. What do we think? What do we think? Let's just turn here and keep going, shall we? Yeah, let's fire it up on that. It's a bit easier. You may or may not have drove into a post. New wing and headlight and repair on bumper. Thomas Eid, what days do you assume? Wednesdays predominantly, although I can do a Saturday if I run out of time and haven't I got a video ready. Eamon Tolan, am I still buzzing from Saturday's result? Am I ever? I honestly never thought I would see that day in my life. So, yeah, absolutely delighted. Absolutely delighted. Those of you who don't know, I support Newcastle United. That is my football team, or soccer if you're a US person. And they won a trophy at the weekend. They won the first cup of the year. So, yeah. It was a good day. First time in 70 years they've won a trophy. Well, first time they won a domestic trophy in 70 years. So awesome. That won't die down for a bit. That. Oof, that's punchy, Fisher J. I hit a deer with my car about 4 months ago, and I've still got a massive hole in the radiator. Not in the radiator itself, but all the grill at the front that covers the radiator. And I keep meaning to get around to it, and Vaxbull, me too, mate. Me too. I went through the whole second division and then coming up the Andy Cole revelation, our first few years in the Prem, and then Keegan, Bobby Robson, the absolute clown show that was Mike Ashley, and that's when I really thought we were done for forever. And now things are on the up. Mr. Eddie Howe is a legend. Is that right? Yeah, this is such a wide sprayer. Like covering the majority of the field in like 3 passes here. It's awesome. Am I going down for the open top on the 29th? Ah, probably not. I think I'm due some tickets before the end of the season, so I might just go and enjoy a home game. We'll definitely go home. We'll definitely go home and see. We'll put the trophy up somewhere, I'm sure, won't they? But yes, we'll see. We'll see. Right, last pass. We are going to do this almost perfect. Let's see if this 9% will get us to the end of this row. Just relax, there will be 70 until the next... Alright, Jan. Alright, Jan. Just because you're out of 2 competitions in a week, don't get salty with me. You're going to win the big one, so don't worry too much. Evening, Mark. How are you doing? Hello, Noah. Welcome back. There we go. 6%. And done. And this is where I go back into the map, and it hasn't registered. Let's check, shall we? F1 was good too. What a great start to the season. Whew, there we go. Ah, there's another one. Right, we can't get to that field from here anyway, so we'll do that another time. We've got to jump the stream there to do that, so we'll just leave that for now. But 3 out of 4 is good. We'll jump in the combine now. Do a bit of that instead. Evening, Chad. Nice to see you. Yeah, definitely a good start to the season. Felt sad for Piastri, that little mistake, although he did well to not panic and got himself out of it. I did better than Lance Stroll would have done in that situation, let's put it that way. Whoa. It's a cumbersome old thing to drive, this. Antonelli had a great race, didn't he? From down there to 4th. Alright, let's roll this into the shed. There we go. Now, check out this bad boy as well. 8330 fast track, all geared up for a bit of planting, although we might use it for cultivating. Ross End's creation came out earlier this week, very nice indeed. Yeah, Russell just got his head down and got on with it, didn't he? It bodes well. I mean, again, though, like, credit where credit's due. Max drove the wheels off that car, didn't he? When you look at, I mean, alright, Lawson's first race, challenging conditions and all of that. And I know, like, one race doesn't make a driver, but you can see the gulf in skill level. And again, alright, Max has driven that car for years and it's kind of built around him, the team's built around him and all of that, but yeah, I think Lawson's going to have a tough job on his hand this year. And poor Isaac Hadjar, oh man, talk about feeling sorry for him. Everybody except for that absolute moron Helmut Marko could see that was a tough gig. This stuttering is really bad tonight. I think I might have to switch realistic weather off again. Right, we are up here, I think. On the left. Tala. Don't know how to pronounce that. Hope I'm not destroying it too much. How are we going to do this? I vote for holding up traffic while we do it. Hopefully none comes along here. Oh, we are actually. A nice little lay-by there. That'll do. Haas have taken another step back. Yeah, let us know how you get on, Welsh. I updated it today. There's another update tonight, isn't there? But I think that might be causing me a few issues. Right. Actually, that's quite a nice little position to be in there, isn't it? Right, let's do that. And let's go and get our combine harvester. There it is. This is the Treon that came out as well. I think he might have updated that Eamon today. I think that might have been the majority of the update today, to be honest. Was fixing the kind of pricing. I might actually turn it off though and just see what happens. Because it's given me a proper good stutter here. It shouldn't take us too long to do this field. Ah, it's tonight's update, okay. Hi Ruben, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thomas Ede, Frontier Series should have a video on Sunday night. That's what happens when you read the chat and drive. This is going to be tight, even Even now, this is going to be tight. Going to do like a Austin Powers 35-point turn now. Overcooked the turn a bit as well. Right, let's try again. There we go. Let's not smash the windscreen of that car either. Look, this is why I like this map. This kind of stuff. Like, it's been thought about. It's just been thought about. Those little bits of detail. Even just the car parts, like, stuff like that is just, for me, so important to make a map feel realistic. When irrigation was turned off, the stutter was gone. I think irrigation is turned off. I don't even know how to use it, to be honest. I tell you what we'll do. We'll throw this in the field and we'll just do a quick restart and turn that mod off completely. And not worry about it anymore. Now, where's my longest edge? It's up there, isn't it? So let's get everything unfolded. Ruben, this is Schwesing Bahnhof from the it's in the mod hub. 4x PC only map, and it's a cracker. I am not taking the straw off this, by the way. We are just going to go with we're just going to go with chucking it on the ground. It's a layer of fertilization, if nothing else. So not a big field. This shouldn't take us too long to do this. Do I think the Colossus needs added back? Personally, I don't mind. I'm not bothered. It's not my style of play. And secondly, it already has been added back. Okay, we're going to do that, are we? Let's rotate so at least we're on a... Is that in a straight line now, do we think? No, it might be going off on a bit. There we go, I think that might be it. It's one of the things with VCA at the moment, because it's that alpha version, you can't adjust the percentage that the angle goes at, so if it's not dead in line with the shape of, or the angle of a field, yeah, it is going off slightly here. I'm going to have to drive this by hand. Just on this first headland at least, I think. You can't adjust it by 0.5 of a mil or whatever it's been before, so it's a bit of a pain. But once we get past this first headland, I think we should be alright. James! We did it! Woohoo! Sorry, Walker, it's a single player game, this, mate. 3D Printing Edition, hello, how are you? Will Hay as well, how are you doing, mate? We're going to need to go and get a trailer at some point. It's not all going to fit in the tank here. Hello, Per. How are you? Right, we'll do a couple of headlands. Maybe... Dan Burn header was the best header I've seen in ages. Tony Adams-esque. Can't see where I'm going. Tree in the way. Oops. As proved by the amount of crop I missed then. Farmer Shadow, I've been on clear up map. Very good. We got any trees left on it? Right, this is the old ground depth looking good in this field, isn't it? Mixed with the stubble as well. Looks good. Sam Allardyce Bournemouth. Big Sam. Evening, Owen. How are you doing? Right. VCA. Make it happen. Let's get lined up first. What are you giving me, VCA? Really? Is that what we're playing with, is it? Right, I shall nudge you over a little bit then, and then we'll just have to live with it. There we go. $25% in already. I actually never checked to see. I might just do that actually. I'll let that run, so we can jump into here and see even if this had a decent state of. Where am I? Where am I? There I am. Totally lost where I am. We are here. Oh my god, I've totally lost my bearings. There we go. Jeez, that was harder than I thought. Was it like 0 fertilization? So it's a really poor quality of crop, I think, in this, which is why we're only 31% full in the combine. If you haven't hit the like button yet, I would love it if you did. It would be very helpful. Just gets the channel out there and helps people find it, which I would very much appreciate. Alistair Atkinson, this map is only for PC. It is in the mod hub, but it is only for PC. So, yes. Because it's a 4X. So it's a biggie. And it feels big as well, which is great. And usually it performs very, very well, unless you put a dodgy mod in with it. Well, it seems to have settled a bit. I think maybe I'm just become used to it, maybe. Did I have a chance to take a look about that shout? I don't know what you're talking about, 3D, I'm sorry. Right, let's get lined up on this edge again. We should be alright now, we've lined it up. Should be, he says, confidently. Let's see if that offset has worked. I think it has. Right, we shouldn't have had those issues with it kind of drifting now across the field. We'll see though, we'll know on this edge. We will find out on this edge. That's good to know, Welsh. Let's change our FOV in here, shall we? I may have just broken my game. Oh no, we're alright. That was a little bit of a nervous lag there, wasn't it? good again. Shouldn't take us too long this now, actually. Maybe slightly more. No, I was going to say more confident that we'll get through to the end of the field without having to unload, but it's going to be touch and go. But I don't think we're going to get much more. It's going to be that thing where you've got the half of a strip left when your tank is full. So we'll see how we go. We will see how we go. This lined up. I should really have lifted the header, but look at that. Slick. My stutter seems to have calmed down now, actually. Oh, it's still there. I did see it then. It's very subtle. Eclipse, I did see the Super Duty came out today. Yep. Yep, there's a lot of very happy console players, I think. They have a proper truck again. Yeah, I mean, that's 2 big days of mods the last couple of days, isn't it? Including this combine I'm driving. So that is good. That is good. About time. I think, to be honest, it's been a focus on fixing the game, and that DLC, the Nexat DLC, probably came at just the wrong time as well. You know, and I think they run the team relatively light, so I think they kind of were spread a bit thin and had to prioritise certain things over other ones, and I think mods got it in the neck. So yeah, see, I'm with you, Strody. I would rather play a fixed game than have all the mods in the world. I could wait a few more weeks for them. Did you know if you set your wheel on the header, get more crop up or down? Not quite sure what you mean, Joey. We're not getting much crop off this field at all because nobody bothered to fertilise it. Not guilty. It was here when I started the game. Is that right, Cranky? I didn't know that, yeah. That never helps either. Ishakani, nice to see you. Welcome along, nice to see you. Just chuckling at your comment there, Strody. I'd take a week of no new mods. Yeah. You might. Lots of other people wouldn't. The header of wheel of moving around again, Joey. I'm not really sure what he means. Right, we are definitely going to run out of space in the hopper, so what I'll do when we turn around at the bottom, I'll just stop for a minute and we'll run and get a trailer. Got one in the yard, so we'll jump in the fence we've brought along for the header trailer, and we'll go and grab that. I should drive in cab more. I do quite enjoy it. I'm not sure if it's as enjoyable for you guys as watchers, but it does. It's always good fun. There we go. Right, let's leave that there for a second. Let us grab out, of course, another save. Every time I go in, it's a save. Every time I go in, let's grab a tractor. Baby, me moving the reel on the front up and down. Yeah, if that's what it means, I don't think it has any impact, does it? Unfortunately, the game isn't that clever. It'd be great if it was. Set my FOV here as well. There we go. Oh, it's a nice tractor. This is a slightly modded one. This isn't the base game one. I totally lost my bearings there for a second. Sneak in before any cars come along. Yeah, I know, Gabriel. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. Unfortunately, the game is not that clever, is it? Manual attached. Now there's a mod I would like to have back. It's one of the few now that's missing from the realism set that I would definitely love to have back. So here's an annoying thing. See that screen there now? That's all blurry. I've actually reduced my graphics settings today to see if that kind of made a difference. And actually by reducing my graphics settings, I'm now getting blurred screens in the cabs. And I didn't have that when everything was properly cranked to the max anthem. So, yeah, bit annoying. And just weird. Don't know why it's doing that. There's just no logic to it. I can pretty confidently say, Joey, that moving the header reel does not increase yield in any way, shape or form. That's the kind of thing I think we would know about if it was a thing. There we go. Ain't that the truth, Cranky? Ain't that the truth? I'm not far enough forward. What about seasons? What about it, James? The version from FS19 that we wish we had back. I have misjudged how big my pipe is. That's not something you'll hear me say every day. We've got to find somewhere to sell this as well. Top up the coffers a bit. That's exactly why I'm playing Eclipse. And like I said, I was the same until I started playing around with stuff, and now it goes a bit funny. Sortemos. I am playing Schwesing Bahnhof. Swim and climb, FSG, what do you think is the biggest improvement in FS25 ever? Is it a refresh or a new build? It's a new build. There's tons of stuff that wasn't in 22. The principle of the game is the same. That's because it's still farming, right? So, yeah, I know a lot of people said at the start, oh yeah, it's just the same as FS20. Well, of course it's going to be. It's like saying FIFA's the same every year because it's football. But the reality is, I think there's way more. I think I've almost gone too far, and it's just, yeah. It could have taken a little bit longer to iron things out. So yeah, it will get there. It will get there. FS22 was a bit buggy to start with, and once it settled down, like year 2 and year 3 of FS22, the game ran really well. And we had all the mods we wanted and all the stuff. We'll get back to that place. We absolutely will. It just feels a bit painful at the moment, right? There's just annoying things like textures that, like, I like to play with everything turned up to the max and everything looking as real as you can make it. So yeah, it's kind of painful when your swath from your mowing your grass just disappears in front of you and then reappears. Evening, Big Mac. How are you, mate? Not for consoles, it didn't. What didn't, Mark? Oh, FS22. Yeah, I think that some of the weather, the visuals, some of the new visual things are great. Make it a lot more true to life for sure. Right, let's run along this edge now. Let's just come out a little bit earlier there. Get ourselves lined up on. No worries, James. Good to see you, mate. How are the lads? And all that. I've just clattered into a tree. Recovering from Sunday. I think there's a few of us doing that, mate. What a day. What a day that was. What do I miss from FS19 seasons? Rotting bales. Grass that dried if you left it in the field. Different geos depending on what map you were on. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying that, Eamon. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? What was so bad about FS22 on console, though? Evening, Semper. How are you? What do I think of the new AI workers, and do you ever use mods for it? I use a lot of mods, and I think new AI workers are brilliant. They work phenomenally better than they did in 22. They still have their wobbles. They're still not perfect, but they're a massive step forward from where they are. Franklin, I do not. I play on PC. In 22, didn't Joss have a mod that let you use the crop calendar from other maps? Yes, he did. Swim and climb, yes, I am. It needs to be a British map, and it needs to be a high quality British map for what I've got in my head. So yes, I'm being patient. Yeah, grass drying is in realistic weather, so hopefully that'll be good. I've not got that far into it either yet, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, PS4, yeah, I think it was pushing the limits of PS4's capabilities at the time. That was a wise move by them to drop it for 25. Yeah, rotting bales as well. Shouldn't apply to rat bales unless you spike them with your bale fork. Hey Rio. Bosh. There we go. Oh dear, one single row. Well, that hasn't taken us too long. Crikey, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. That is, we've had a very efficient first hour to the stream. Yeah, console still do not have access to 4X map. I am intrigued to see if they will ever let... Because this runs smooth, buttery smooth. For a 4X, you get 60 FPS on this every day of the week. Which says to me, why wouldn't that run on console? The only, I suppose, slot count is an issue. 4X map would take up a lot of space. So that might be half the problem with it. Oh, he's lifted too early. Try again. Oh, go and get that little strip down there. Turn that off, we don't need that anymore. Although I think this is something ridiculous like 350 meg or something. Thank you, Rio. All the best, mate. Appreciate that. Save game slots. Right, there we go. That is that done. Let's turn it off. Ooh, that's a good idea, swim and climb. There's a horse helper mod out as well now, so you could actually get a lot of the work done by other people. You wouldn't have to ride 30 horses. Right, job done. Let's put this back on the trailer. This part, I'm just going to leave this in the lay-by for now. This is the only field we've got, so I can come and get the combine at another time. We're going to find out where to sell this. Get it lined up nicely. Bit of a guesstimate as to where the middle of the trailer is. We weren't far off there. That was... I've done worse than that before, just guessing. Gonna snap into place. There we go. No, that wasn't far off at all, was it? Right, let's freak out this car by parking in front of him. Let's fold everything up as well. We'll just park it in this entranceway here. They're not our fields, but keeps it off the road. There we go. Woodshot, how you doing? Multi-screen support would make FS more real. Tim, I would love that. Especially now as I've got a triple screen layout on my sim rig. Swim climb. FSG, with the beef animals in FS25, does the game show suckler cows that have calves that can be reared and fattened? Well, you've obviously got the baby animals, so there is stages of it, but you know, it's not as detailed as that, no. Right, where are we selling our quite poxy 14,650 litres of wheat? Thanks, Magnus. Take care, man. See you later. Where are we selling this, do we think? Wheat, 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 wheat. Wheat. Where are you being sold, Mr. Wheat? Wheat, agricultural trade. Oh my god, the prices are ridiculously low. Agricultural trading. Where is that? Let's find it. I'm looking. There it is down there. Oh, that's a trek. That is a trek. How are we even getting there? Alright, looks like we've got a road trip ahead. Is that the closest one? Am I just... No, it's worth doing, isn't it? Right, let's go. There it is. 2 kilometers away. Yeah, DJ's event today is a big one, isn't it? I think we're going to have to go past the farm. Thank you, Franklin. I appreciate that, my friend. Look, those dashes are now nice and sharp. Go figure. Scare the red car. Now I think they run towards the town. There should be a turn in any second now. Let's just check the map. Yeah. Next junction, which is a while away. This is when you find out how big a 4x map is. Because you keep going and going and going. And usually you'd be right across the map and you're still driving. Having driven in Germany last year on the way to FarmCon, this is really well done, this map. It feels very German. Feels very German indeed. Good evening, Crofter. How's it going, man? Here we go. down here, which looks like a one-way street to me, but we're taking it. I actually lose a bit of FPS woodshot because I run everything so high. Now I've got a 4090 in the edit suite over there, and I run FS on that, and I can get a blazing 120, 130 FPS with everything maxed out. This sits at about 60. I've had it down as low as 40. If you really push out the ring of death and your view distance, I mean, I'm running the view distance here at about 400%, which is double what the game lets you do. So, even now it's pretty high. There we go. Right, now we're heading towards it. I'm definitely going down a one-way street here. All the signs are facing the other direction. Oh, cute. Look at the cow bouncing through the field. He was off, wasn't he? To be honest, I think when you're doing FarmSim, you can even run it at 40 FPS and you don't really notice because you're running so slowly. It's not like a racing car where everything's moving fast really, really quickly. Because you're only doing 30 miles an hour or even less when you're in the field. You don't really notice those frames missing. This has got a Ryzen 7 5800, I think, and a 3070 in it. Founders Edition though, so it's a little bit, and it's overclocked, so it's a little bit punchier than a normal 3070. Do you know what I mean about how long we've been driving for? And when we jump back, if I show you in a minute, we should get a turning somewhere here. I think, or is it? Yeah. It's kind of gone behind us again. Now this is where Be My Tracker would be brilliant, because I could literally look both ways. Or I pulled out. Turns out we didn't need to. Woodshop, where are you living where you're paying 9k? 9k what? What's your currency? Woodshop. There we are. Belgium? 9,000 euros? That doesn't sound right. Euros is not radically different to pounds these days. So look, I've gone from there to there. You know how long we were driving for. There to there is probably halfway across the map. We're not even full distance to the map. If you've actually put the distance in again, it's probably about halfway. Crazy, eh? Crazy in a good way. Pedro, welcome from Brazil, my friend. How are you? There we go, and now we've got to go all the way back. And if Argsy were here, he'd shout at me for not having my beacons on. Which is down here as well. Look. Hey! It's all good fun. Ted, any issues with auto drive? Nothing drastic, Ted. It's a little bit, the wheels can get a little bit wobbly. when it's when you're running it automated with the trailer pickup for a combine. But in general, it runs pretty well. As long as it's on course, it's fine. It's when it does its own calculations, it sometimes gets a little bit confused. Is this where we came out? Didn't feel like it was that close, but it'll do. Going in the right direction. Mr. Axel, this is Schwesing Bahnhof on the modhub. Very nice map. Right, now we are going to run the big fast track with the cultivator and some fertilizer. We're going to do a proper job on that field that we've just harvested. We'll rattle through that in no time. Now, there is an auto-drive course on this. I could have run it on auto-drive. I just felt like going for a drive. Ah, Woodchuck, a Quadro is not a gaming card. A Quadro is a massive video editing card. They are not designed for gaming. Do not buy one of those. You want to be buying the RTX series cards, the gaming ones. The 50 series or the 40 series. You could buy that and it would run FarmSim even worse than something like a 3070, I think. There's a lot more wheat in these fields than I thought. We maybe should do a few contracts as well at some point. We're going to start running out of things to do. We might get another grass cut in before the end of the year, but then it'll go dormant over the winter, so we're going to have to fill our time. We can either dig it all up and replant it. That's the other option. Trying to maximise the yield from the grass. Might all turn it all into corn as well. That's the other option. Plant corn and do silage that way. Get even more chaff when we do that, couldn't we? Right, nearly home. Good evening, Mike. How are you? .70. We're only running 33 in a 70, and to be fair, we're miles an hour, not km. Here we are, back again. That wasn't so bad, was it? That was actually quite good fun. I am doing great, mate. Thank you very much. I'm doing great. Alright, let's roll this into here. Put it down the side of that horse there if I can. Thread the needle. Look at that. Professional reversing. Gotta love it. Ooh, maybe not 100% straight, but it'll do. Right. And then we may be, by the time we've done this, we'll see what time's like. We might just jump in and start mowing some of this grass. Right, for starters though, let's drop this planter off. Yeah, that's the clash thing that I could do with not having happen at the game at the moment. There we go. Big, hey, how's it going? No, that is seeds. I don't want seeds in there. Damn it. Now I'm going to have to unload that. Not helpful. Right, this is fertilizer here, though. This is when I find out this is only a fertilizer hopper and not anything else hopper, isn't it? No, that's seeds as well. This definitely takes fertilizer, doesn't it? Let's just fill it. Let's do that. Solid fertilizer. I don't know why that didn't do that. Just the triggers, I guess. Okay, it won't start now. Ooh. Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. I emptied the diesel out of it. Oops. Nobody noticed. We'll get away with it. Nobody noticed. Yeah, come on folks, 169 watching, 95 likes. Are you not entertained? There we go. Look, we're going to cultivate and fertilise at the same time. Winner. This is some setup. Loving this. Oh, that'll be that building slightly battered. You're crazy, man. Lol. Do you have any cotton farms? No, I don't. Oh, we are going to crush this Prius, though. Which is the right thing to do with all Priuses. Horrendous. Matt Harrop does that Thrustmaster. The farm stick does not work on PlayStation at the moment. However, they are developing one for PlayStation. Just released the Xbox one. Thank you folks for the likes, much appreciated. Big A, going good, how's all well? Yeah man, doing good. Oh, Cool and Coop, how are you, mate? Not seen you for a while, how's things? The Sim guy as well, how are you, mate? No worries. I know you've been distracted by other things, mate, so don't you worry about it. Yeah, Mike, like, whose idea was that? Whose idea was that? Right, here we go. Do I need to power this on? Or is it self-fulfilling? I think there's an air thing in the front, isn't there? Yeah, there we go. There we go, you've got power on the front. Right, let's try and... I think I can set an A-B line here. Yeah, there we go. Nicely aligned. Bliskin, yeah, I am up here. Every time I've gone into the map. Every time I've gone into the map, it has loaded in tonight. Cool and Coop, have you ever farmed a real? Yes, I grew up on a farm. There we go. Yeah, I grew up on a farm in Cheshire, in the UK. Dairy and arable. Take care, Randy. Sleep well, mate. All covered in stickers. Somebody told me once that... well, that's the comedy, isn't it? It's like all of your power electricity still in the US. It's like 95% of it all still generated by oil or coal or like fossil fuels. So the whole point of electric cars kind of lost when the electricity you're charging your car with has come from fossil fuels. The other thing I heard as well is like this is a general thing I hear about electric cars, and I don't know if it's true or not, but the cost of disposal of an electric car is you might as well drive the power and the energy required to dispose of the batteries safely and efficiently is you might as well run a petrol car for 20 years or something daft like that. Now don't get me wrong, I've got a hybrid and I love it and it's convenient. Yeah, charging stations is an issue in the UK as well. My sister's just bought a fully electric car. Very nice BMW. It's a lovely car. Drives beautifully. Looks beautiful. Loads of tech in it. It's great. But she drove down to my folks who were in the middle of the countryside. And she had to drive 30 miles to find a charger. So that's our problem in the UK as well. It's a government agenda. Ted, I agree with that as well. Until, but fundamentally, battery technology has to change before electric cars. I mean, and the only reason people are buying electric cars is because they're being forced on them by the dealers and the manufacturers and the government. So, for example, I lease my cars because I like a new car quite regularly. And it costs, if I wanted a petrol version of my car, it was like 300 more a month, because they just don't want you. They don't want, the lease companies don't want petrol or diesel cars on their books in 4 years' time. And I get it for round town and stuff like that. It's practical if you like little city cars and things like that, but I want to drive down to see my parents, so that's like a 4.5 hour drive. I don't want to be stopping to I mean, I see it when you drive down the motorway. Like the main artery through the UK is called the M6, and it has service stations along the way. And you see queues of, they have Tesla chargers, maybe 10 of them at some of these not all of them, some of these service stations. And you drive in and there's 20 Teslas queued up and there's 10 Teslas charging. And it's just like, and they're all sitting in their cars with kids and dogs and animals and you know what in the cars. And they're all sitting there for half an hour just killing time. And I'm like, yeah, I can drive down and back on a tank of fuel without ever having to worry about it. So, yeah, I am definitely more on the cynical side, even of the practicalities of it, regardless of the like you say, or the lie that is electric cars are greener than fuel cars. Now, don't get me wrong. We know petrol and diesel are polluting, but I think why aren't we looking at synthetic fuels or zero carbon fuels? They can do. All right, they cost a lot at the moment, but they can do it. There's a brilliant video on YouTube where they look at the carbon neutral fuel, where they take it all. They basically take everything out of the air, turn it into fuel, and all right, it's still, when it burns, it's producing pollutants, but it's kind of cancelled out by the fact that you take it out of the air to reproduce it. I don't really understand it. I'm not a scientist, but it seems logical to me. And you have the infrastructure in place, right? Every single petrol station in the UK could, or the world even, just stocks up on, you know, more technologically advanced fuels. And I'm kind of hoping, like, F1's going to synthetic fuels, isn't it? Next year. So maybe they'll drive it forward. Maybe they'll drive it forward. And I'm all for kind of electrics. And I have a BMW 3 Series, which, like, has definitely got some electric regen in it and things like that. Like, it runs all of the kind of electrics of the car. You can see it. Yeah, some regen under braking and stuff like that. But the actual power of the car is run by the combustion engine, and it's so efficient now. No, so that's the interesting thing. Orb, they pulled that. They've got rid of the hybrid this year. They're back to just combustion engines because they had too many problems with them. Yeah, we don't have ethanol over here, no. Hydrogen's interesting, and I think hydrogen could be a winner. It's just the safety aspect of hydrogen, right? If they can make hydrogen more user-friendly, let's put it that way. I think it was more they're trying to encourage more manufacturers back, and the sheer cost of developing a hybrid system in the engine was so cost prohibitive that it was kind of putting people off. I think that's the main problems with it. Ethanol. So my dad used to talk about ethanol and just say, like, does it like coat your engine in white kind of fuzz that just destroys your engine? Okay, you're not crit. To be fair, it's the same over here, but the 5-minute end of day highlights do for me. All the YouTube stuff is enough. Adam with the super chat on the vertical stream. Thank you very much, my friend. That is very much appreciated. Cool and Coop, am I a full-time YouTuber? Very much not. No, this is a hobby. This is what I do in my spare time. Caden, no, I don't farm in real life anymore. No. I have a desk job now. Right, now we can get fired into... Do I do another headland here? Yes, I'm going to do another headland first. And then we can do some easy turnarounds on the top, and then we'll just dive in with the VCA and go up and down. I actually think I might have slightly underpowered this, unless it's just operates at 6 miles an hour, this cultivator. Yeah, deposits in fuel components, that's what I've heard. as well, Dylan. So it's actually quite bad for your engine. It's a bit of an engine wrecker. Yeah, that's the truth, Jason. In fact, my dad said to me, if you want to be wealthy, don't be a farmer. There we go. Right. Let's get lined up. Down here. No worries at all, Joshua. Happy to help, mate. Yeah, it's a shame that it won't run anything visual on the dashboard, but all it really does is pull the numbers from the game. So it would have to be a completely different kind of style of software if it did it differently. So we're kind of stuck with what we've got with it, but it's very good. Definitely adds a whole new dimension to the game in terms of realism. I'm not sure there's a lifestyle that comes with farming. It's like working every hour that God says. I think they do it out of a sense of responsibility. My dad used to say that. He said that the responsibility of providing food for the nation was why he did it. I think a lot of farmers feel like that, don't they? Look at the detail. I mean, everybody gives giants a hard time, but I tell you what, they can make a nice model. Look at those pipes moving. Or those hoses moving. And look at those tines moving up and down. That is very nicely done, that, isn't it? Look at that. Love that. Not much wrong with that. And then you spin around here and you see those horrible textures. Boo. At least they're not showing up this way as much. There we go. Hide the textures. I'm going to do a few skip rows here. In fact, I'm going to run another headland here. It's just too narrow there to... Well, that's a different kettle of fish, Eclipse. I would love to retire and go and ride horses around a ranch all day in Wyoming. Sign me up for that right now. I think Mrs. FSG might have something to say about that, but she could learn to ride, she'd be fine. Right, let's get lined up and going now. Let's... Ooh, how much does it cost to charge an electric car? I don't know, I've got a charger at home, so I just plug it in. Although I can't say I noticed a massive increase in my electricity bill. But if you go to a public charger, I think it's about 30 or 40 pounds. Whereas I think if you fill the tank up, you'd be near you'd probably be getting on for double that. But yeah, it's Boston, it's not good enough. What time do you call this? You're all good, mate. Also, it depends on if you charge at lower rate times. Absolutely, yeah. Fast charges at night. Double the mileage, so why is it... exactly. Yeah. John, that's something I'd be happily do as well. Thrash around on a snowmobile all day. Right, I might skip some rows now. Just because it's quite a bit of a beast, this, so if I turn, I'm not going to get that one. Barely going to get that one as well, actually. I might skip 2 rows here. Yeah, I'm going to skip 2 rows. I'm going to be that maverick. There we go. Range anxiety, they call it, don't they? And you're kind of worried about where your next charge point is because you're so far away from it. If my next car is electric, and it probably will be, one of them will be anyway. Because the deals are so good. I would definitely make sure that there's a charge point put in at my parents' house, because that's really the only long journey I do. So I would definitely put a charge point in at my parents' house, so when I got there I could charge at theirs and then not worry about it. But I'm gonna have to balance that off with a fully fuel-driven car. That's brilliant Welsh. Is there not something like there is? You can, if you want to, you can pick up a Porsche Taycan for ridiculously cheap money. One, because the tech has moved on. Like every chief exec or CEO or marketing director or whatever bought them on their car. Like, I don't know if they have this in the US, but in the UK they have all these kind of car schemes to get people into electric cars. So you get all these tax breaks if you get an electric car through your work scheme. And they take basically the cost of the car off before you pay your tax as an encouragement to get people into electric cars. So all these kind of C-suite bosses went out and bought the Porsche Taycan electric, and they all used them for 3 years, got rid of them, and now nobody can sell them because the electric technology's moved on, so you can pick them up for pennies. So yeah, if you want a cheap Porsche, there's your answer. I kind of think they look pretty ugly as well. Yeah, VCA very early in its dev still. Awesome. Feed it back though to the guys. Put a bug report on the. Yeah, Porsche don't want the back either. That's right. Gone are the days when you'd buy a car and run it for 30 years. Honestly, they're just not built. Not built for that anymore, are they? And you can't fix them yourself. Unless you can plug in a laptop and know how to sort them, there's no way you could fix it. I'm kind of with you, Eclipse. Other than the 911, there's not many of them that I kind of can get excited about. Yeah, my dad had he had a Mercedes when I was young, a white Mercedes. 300D, I think it was, or something like that. And by the time he got rid of it, it had over 250,000 miles on it. And I think he only ever changed things like brake pads and discs, and like it never broke down. It was an absolute machine. I agree, Max Power. Whatever happened to a good solid alloy? They're all covered up and like smoothed off now for aerodynamics. That's electric again. They're trying to make them as slippery as possible so they do more miles to the gallon, because they can only top out at about 300, 350 range. And then of course all the manufacturers add another 100 on to make it sound better than it is. But the reality is, you'll never get that range. To be fair, they used to do that with mileage as well, so that's not a new trick. Listen to us all moaning about electric cars. Yeah, see, farmer tight. Yeah. $350,000. There you go, Boston. Nice one. Fair play. Fair play. That is a lot of. It's justified. That affinity you have to a car that you just kind of never lets you down is quite a strong one. Yeah, I agree with that, Max, yeah. It's like everybody's copying everybody's homework. We should all go out and buy vintage Rolls Royces. You can pick them up for cheap now, can't you? Old Jags, Rolls Royces, things like that. So, John, interestingly, when we were at FarmCon at John Deere 3 years ago, they were obviously, because they have to, test new technology and stuff like that. They've got to stay ahead of the game, and they had electric tractors, and the whole bottom chassis was a solid full of batteries in the John, and they were like, under load ploughing you'll get 20-25 minutes out of it. He's like, it's just not a thing. It's not a thing that we will consider doing for a long time unless something fundamentally changes. Now obviously that maybe has improved a bit in terms of technology, but still fundamentally, because you need this thing to run for 12, 14, 16 hours a day. He said there's no way that's happening with batteries, which I thought was really interesting. XX Trooper 34, hello mate, how are you? Beautiful day for a stream. It sure is. Every day's a beautiful day for a stream. Oh yeah, you're right, Max. That like Volkswagen Audi group, you know, what is it? A Golf, Skoda, Audi, and even some of the kind of, you know, other brands in their portfolio. Like they're all running off the same chassis, same body panels in a lot of cases. So many, it's just an efficiency play, isn't it? Seat, yeah, they're all virtually the same car underneath. Slight change of some of the styling and the badge, and that's about it. But that's yeah, they're just trying to save money because they make one part and it works across 5 different brands. Relaxing, we're trying to get out of the heat. Oh, give me some of your heat. It's like 1 degree here in Scotland today. Hey Ryan Moreno, how you doing? Sticker price for same car. That's the point, isn't it, right? You can buy a Seat, which is in essence about 90% an Audi, but without the Audi premium. I hate Audis as well. Never known anybody who's had an Audi and not had problems with it. My sister, when it was a few years ago now, she had an Audi, and basically the engine seized after about 5,000 miles. It leaked oil from the moment she got it, and she kept going back to the garage going, it's leaking oil, like the oil pressure light's coming on, like it's just rubbish. Fix it. Under warranty, all this, brand new car. And then the engine seized after, like, they were like, no, there's nothing wrong with it, nothing, like, it does burn a bit more oil, keep it topped up. And then the engine seized, and then they refused to replace the engine. Took her ages to get it sorted. And they just wouldn't take any responsibility for it. So yeah, first-hand experience, and I know a few people who've had similar issues, not seized engines, but like clearly things that aren't right with the car, and they're like, nah, it's fine. That engine burns a little bit more oil than some. Really? So yeah. Poor man's BMW in my eyes. XX Trooper, I'm going to have to ask where you are if it's 89 degrees where you are. I am jealous at that. Well, I tell you, Vaxbull, I've got a Discovery Sport hybrid, and it just was in the shop for, I think it was away for 10 weeks, Western Pennsylvania, in March, and it's 89 degrees. I'm coming to visit. Yeah, I have a Discovery Sport, and it was in the shop for 10 weeks because the entire electric motor just stopped working, and it's a sealed unit apparently. So if it breaks, they just take it out and put another one in. The problem is you've got to take the whole engine out to replace it. And he said they're on back order because we have so many problems with them at the moment. So he goes, we don't have the parts. They can't make them fast enough to fix all the broken cars. Now I've got it back. It's perfect. And it's a lovely car. And it drives lovely. And it's beautiful to sit in. And it's a great car. But yeah, there's like fundamentally there's an issue there. If so many are breaking down. And it's just the disposability of it. Again, like electric cars. Like in the past, you could strip an engine, rebuild it with very minimal parts, fix the bits that were broken. Now they just pull it off and chuck it in the bin. How is that sustainable? How is that good for the environment? Right? Silly. Yeah, I'll have some of that up here as well, Mindful Man. I heard the rumour it was supposed to warm up this weekend, but I don't know if it's coming as far north as Scotland. Malgozata. No, JCB, no. What's wrong with JCB? Great tractors. You're right, Crofter, yeah. You can charge a load for servicing and service packages and... yeah. $12, good. Nearly froze walking to work this morning. Right, here we go. 2 to go. Jeez, Vax, that's mad, isn't it? Madness. Omar, hello sir, how are you? XX Trooper, this is Schwesing Bahnhof. Get it in the mod hub if you're on PC. Do the pastures on Palani produce milk? The sheep ones, or the sheep stroke goat one, certainly does. Okay, this beautifully finished off field. Looking great, this. Fertilised, got a layer of fertiliser in there as well. I'm doing well, Omar. Thanks for joining, my friend. $16 in the sun, but freezing when... yeah. That's a bit like Scotland, like beautiful sunny day, but actually sitting in the office was roasting hot. The sun coming through the window, clear blue sky, beautiful day. But outside it was bitterly cold. Bitterly cold. Right, I'll peek out from behind the tree there. There we go. I think the hydroelectrics that Toyota, Kia and several others are working on now is much more interesting. Yeah, I think I liken electric cars to... who's bored of talking about electric cars? I liken it to... you had record and cassette, and then you moved to CDs for music. But it was just a filler until the internet and downloading and streaming the music came along. Now downloading and streaming music is going to be now for millennia. That's what electric is, a stopgap until something else better comes along. Till they work out fuel, till they work out how to safely do hydrogen or whatever. Electric is in 40 or 50 years. Electric will still be about as a mechanism, but it won't be powering cars, I don't think. I think we'll have something else. That's right, Omar. I'm using a mod called Vehicle Control Add-on. Oh, have you, Welsh? Nice. Where are you going? There we go. Job done. That was good fun, that. That was good fun. That's a cracking tractor, actually. I love that. Ross Ends Modding's new 8000 JCB, by the way. Go get it. You can change the colours to anything you want as well, which is nice. Couple it with a bit of horse equipment. 8-track, yeah. There's loads of things. Mini disc. Who remembers Sony mini discs? All that jazz. They're all temporary measures. No, just PC, I'm afraid, Omar. Just PC. Let's... power that off. Let's lift that up. Let's fold it up. I feel that's not big enough for some. That's quite a small field, and it's taken us a while to do that. I think we're going to have to find a bigger machine to do some of the other fields with. This is my bugbear with in-game cameras. They're always too zoomed in. Well, the turning circle on this is quite shallow as well. Mini discs were a great solution. They were. Tractor boy, nice to see you. And floppy disks. 1.44s. Yeah, they were around for a while, weren't they? I remember having a zip disk. Anybody remember them? You probably remember them if you were in like marketing or IT or something. They were like solid disks, and they held kind of like 3 times as much as a floppy drive. They're like, no, in fact, way more. They were like almost kind of CD level of capacity. We used to send stuff to the printers on them, all you kind of design artwork and stuff. As the save, like somebody I saw. Has anybody seen that meme with the kid who's like, saw like his dad had some old 1.44 discs on his desk, and he went, "Oh, cool! You've 3D printed the save icon." And he was like, "No, they are actually a means of saving data, or were." Show my age, you know. There we go. Well, there we go. That was a good chat. We probably got into a little bit of a debate there. It's always nice to kind of talk about stuff like that. I'll have to mental note on the traditional means of storing devices. We'll come back to that in the next stream, I think. But I think that's probably a good point to put the brakes on for tonight. We didn't get to the grass, but we can come back and we can do that next time. That means we've got stuff lined up, which is good. Things are sprayed. We've got some fertilizer in that field. Of course it's going to go to... That was going to happen, wasn't it? That was always going to happen. Afraid so, Boston. Yeah, I've got a big day tomorrow as well. So look, there we go. Field 12. That is what we have done, and hopefully, it is one stage fertilized. So when we get to plant that later on, that'll be good. And then we've got those 3 fertilized. This to do no fertilizer at all on these ones. These need a lime as well. So we'll get the grass off these. We'll finally cover that silo up here, even though it's not going to be massively full. We will cover that up because that will be some good income when we chuck it into the BGA once it's fermented. And then I think we'll maybe plant some maize. It's not time to plant maize yet. So we've got all the way through to... Where is it? Corn, where are you, corn? Corn, there we go. We've got to wait till April and it's August, so we've got a long time to go yet until we're planting. So in the meantime, we'll just keep pulling the grass off it, and then we'll plant. I think we'll maybe turn all of those grass fields into corn come the start of the new year for fun. And yeah, we'll take it from there. But for now, have a good rest of your week, folks. Enjoy yourselves. Don't work too hard. And yeah, we'll come back. I don't know what we'll do at the weekend yet. I'm trying to think what we're going to do. Oh, I've got some interesting stuff from custom modding to maybe show you. So we'll maybe do a video on that. Maybe a Frontier episode as well. Or we might come back to this. We shall see. Let me know what you think, what you prefer. So there you go. On that note, we'll say thank you again to Be My Tracker for sponsoring the vid, and take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now. Ever wished your gaming experience could be more immersive without splurging on expensive hardware? Well, meet Be My Tracker. This innovative software transforms your existing webcam or smartphone into a powerful eye and head tracking device. With support for over 200 PC games, including favourites like Farming Simulator 25 and Flight Simulator, Be My Tracker expands your in-game field of view, making gameplay more intuitive and engaging. It's easy to set up, budget-friendly, and compatible with most webcams and smartphones. Plus, there's a free demo available on Steam, so you can try it before you buy. Elevate your gaming setup today for just $30 with Be My Tracker. For more information and to download, visit the link in the description.